What's going on, folks? Welcome to another video. CodenameLoveWon, Nick Reflex. Back at ya with another video. I'm just going to show you what a bunch of naive morons you are. If you're watching this video, then possibly you're not a naive moron. However, I would question that because it's 99% of fucktards out there. Anyway, so let's listen to this video and then I'll make a comment.
As a taxpayer, I'd rather, as you can see, just behind the Wilton Arms pub, there's a migrant hotel called the V Lodge Hotel, which is housing people that have illegally entered this country now.
Okay, I'm going to stop the video there. First mistake this moron's made is that they've illegally entered the country. Well, you're a naive fucking retard then, aren't you? They haven't illegally entered the country. They've been... They've been invited here by your government for a nefarious purpose of which you are not aware of. I would say to you that they're possibly United Nations troops. They've already been uncovered and exposed, some of them as Afghan soldiers. So why would we want soldiers from a different country to come here? Unless, of course, they had a plan that they're not telling us about. So there's your fucking first fail, you naive fucktard. Let's carry on the video.
There's a tent, and I've just been told by a member of the public that inside...
I want to be by a member of the public. Who the fuck? I've been told by a member of the public. Right, so you can just tell this guy's a fucking naive little shit straight away, as are most of the so-called people in the truth community, or you know, those that are baby awake, spiritual diapers. This guy's still in his nappies, mate. I'm telling you, you don't have a fucking clue about the agenda and what's really going on, do you? And what you see is wrongs that are occurring, and you're like, that's wrong. I don't like that. Well, that's a start, okay? So I suppose I should be happy. Well done for spotting stuff that stinks of shit.
Inside that tent is a homeless man. So while people that have illegally entered this country are living in a hotel paid for...
Right, so I've already told you they haven't illegally entered this country. They've been invited here for a reason. They're probably soldiers, probably here to kill you, the British citizen, because they don't want you anymore. And so when you start rising up with your civil war, they'll just unleash the fucking UN troops. Yeah? So don't be a naive dickhead. Wake the fuck up. And what's this next bit? This is what really pisses me off. Listen to this.
By the taxpayer, British people that were born and raised here are left to sleep in tents across the road from the place that's housing migrants. As a taxpayer, I'd rather pay for my own people to be put up in hotels rather than pay for freeloading economic migrants.
Okay, so that's not how it works, you stupid cunt. As a taxpayer, I'd rather pay my tax to do this, this and this. In case you hadn't realised, fool, the parasite doesn't ask you, yeah, would you like me to take this bit of your energy and what would you like me to spend it on? That's not how a parasite works, you dickhead. A parasite takes. Doesn't ask permission, it just takes. Take. That's what a parasite does. A blood-sucking vampire. Yeah? It doesn't ask you permission to steal your fucking blood, does it, you dickhead? So, that's not how it works, moron. The tax doesn't work like that. It doesn't... Well, you've got to pay us tax, and then you decide what we spend it on. No, moron. That's not how it works. You pay us tax and you have no say in what we decide we're going to spend your money on. That's what tax is about. Taxation is theft. Okay? So this naive fucktard, and there's millions of the cunts. I'm a taxpayer. Well, if you're a taxpayer, first of all, you're part of the problem, you dumb cunt. Stop paying your fucking tax, right? Oh, but I'm going to go to jail. Stop supporting the system. Stop paying the parasites. Stop giving them their energy. Yet this is what you do constantly. And then you complain about it when they do what the fuck they want. Oh, well, our country's being run into the ground. That's because you continue supporting the fucking parasites, you dumb motherfucker. And there are hundreds of thousands of dumb motherfuckers that are so-called think they're awake in the truth community, like this moron pointing out that there's a homeless guy in a tent, and I'd rather pay for him to be in a hotel. It doesn't work like that, you dickhead. You've got no choice, you fucking moron, okay? If you've been voting and paying your tax like a good little slave, then you are part of the problem. You have no choice. You never had a choice. It's got fuck all to do with you. That's not how a parasite operates, mate. They don't ask your permission. Oh, well, how would you like me to spend the energy that I've just stolen from you or forced you to give us? And money is energy, yeah? It's a form of energy. So, parasites do what they want. If you don't want the parasite, you get rid of the fucking parasite. Kill the parasites, mate. Take them down. At least stop fucking giving them your money, you dumb cunt. Oh, but I'm awake and I don't like what this is happening. Anyway, these morons really fucking get my goat. They're like, this is all wrong. I don't like it. Yeah, no, of course it's wrong, mate. You're in hell, you stupid cunt. Wake up. Why should they get a hotel and our homeless guys don't? I'd rather give... It doesn't work like that. You don't have a choice, mate. Either you rise up and fucking destroy them, or shut the fuck up and whine like a bitch. Anyway, it may sound like I'm whining like a bitch, but what I'm actually doing is pointing out how fucking retarded these so-called truthers are. They're fucked in the head, mate. I'm going to protest outside the government and tell them I don't like what they're doing. As if they give a fuck, mate. As if they give a flying fuck what you like and what you don't like, you fucking moron. These people don't know how it works. Just idiots, mate. They're fucking retarded.
I think that people can't notice and don't care about differences. They don't give a shit about what's true or not. They just care about trying to make people believe certain things about themselves. They're always trying to deflect, dodge, fool you, put the onus on you, blame you, say you're weird, you're strange, you're odd. So the people that don't get it will say, why do you keep showing these YouTubers? That's negative. I'm showing you something here, and it goes far beyond YouTubers. I think people over time reveal exactly what they are. I think these conversations are revealing and important and necessary, you might even say. And they reveal more than just the people on YouTube. They reveal what realm you're in. If you think big picture, there's layers. There's a lot going on. Do I think most people get it? No. I think they just think, well, he's being negative, or why is he being mean? They're looking at things in such a small way. They don't see the big picture. They don't see what I'm doing. And I don't expect them to see. That's the other part I want to convey to you. I don't expect them to see as much as you don't expect, maybe at this point, some of your family members that you've tried for years to, quote, wake up. They're not asleep. They are that way. They're not just sleepwalking or asleep. They are that way, and you're not going to reach them. That's what I'm telling you. That's my view. Now, if something miraculously changed realm-wide and everything changed somehow, I'd say, okay, now everything's changed. Now I agree, you can reach them. Pour it on or try gently or whatever. Try with humor, try with gentleness, and try to be sensitive and slowly get them to wake up. If everything changed and I could see that they're just asleep and there's a chance of waking up your loved ones, I would encourage you. Do I see it that way at this point? No, I don't. Not at all. Not at all. I think you have a greater chance of losing contact with your loved ones by pushing them to try to see this stuff and they don't see it at all. Just like with your jobs. Some of you can push so hard that you might lose your job. And people lose their jobs in this realm all the time by saying too much that's not going to change this realm. It's no benefit. It's all risk and no reward. If you start running your mouth at work about hell realm and reincarnation system and recycling and any of the things I talk to here, chances are you're not going to open any eyes or, quote, wake up anyone. You're going to get fired. Because some of you have come close already. Some of you came pretty close to losing your job over trying to pressure people to see things that they're not going to see. So it's all risk and no reward. You're trying Mission Impossible and putting your job on the line. It's foolish. Are you going to put all your chips and increase your bet and say, I'm all in, I'm going to bet my whole fucking life savings, everything, on this shit hand? Well, that would be foolish, wouldn't it? You don't want to bet your job on zombies, on being able to reach them. Because you know what? That's an ego move, and it's foolish. I've worked my whole life to try to get people to see lesser things than this truth, easier things, and they don't. None of them do in real life, okay? So if you want to bet your whole livelihood on them seeing this, you're foolish. Because I don't think they're going to. But what you will most likely end up with if you keep pushing it is getting fired. And they'll just say, well, you're unstable. You're mental. You're talking about this being a hell realm. They're going to see you as mental. They're not going to see what this realm is. They're going to see you as mental. So what you're doing is putting a bet on something that's almost all risk and almost no possibility of reaching anyone. That is the definition of foolish. I'm not calling you stupid. Foolish is a different thing. I've been that way. I've pushed in the past, decades ago, tried to push people to see the truth, and they don't see it. It doesn't work. I've been the type that was out of my heart caring, but foolish, doing something that will never work. In my heart, I was doing it out of caring, but it was just something that was impossible. It wasn't going to happen. So my heart was telling me, help this person. Help them. Do anything you can. And what I was doing was hurting myself, and it wasn't really helping them. There was nothing that was going to get through to them. Nothing. And I mean that. Doesn't matter your approach, if you're gentle, if you're tough love, strict, direct, indirect, if you're loving, if you go slowly, if you use comedy. I've tried every fucking approach you could ever imagine over the decades that I've been doing this. And you know what it is? You can't reach them because it's like they're on a different spiritual frequency. So your approach doesn't matter. You could be hilarious and comedic, putting the truth into comedy. You could be whatever. You could be the most creative at trying to explain the truth to them. It doesn't matter. You might as well be banging your head against a brick wall as hard as you can, hurting yourself, and you're cracking your head open. And it hurts. You're damaging yourself. You're concussing yourself. But you're believing that I'm going to get through to them, and you're just hurting yourself. You're damaging yourself. That's what happens in this realm all the time, by the way. Everywhere. With people that try to reach ones, and they just have this belief, which is wrong. So-called truthers believe that they're just asleep, and we're, quote, awake, and they're asleep, and they boil it down to that. I think that's false. I think most of what these quote-unquote truthers say is false. Now, do some of them have good intentions? Yeah. Do I know how many do? No, I don't. Do some of them have bad intentions? Yes. Controlled opposition? Yes. Shills, gatekeepers? Yes. They do.